Hey everybody, it's Dave Juno, the Meniere's Disease Warrior. How y'all doing? I'm doing pretty good. Um, it's Sunday. What are you gonna do? Took my doctor's advice and have done nothing but rest all day. Um, so you might still hear me cough. That's still going on. But I've had a lot of new people join the group, watch my videos. I don't know if they're subscribed or not, but they join. They watch the videos, and they're very, very new, and I understand completely because 6 years ago, in July of this year, I was in the same boat. I had never even heard of Meniere's disease. I didn't know anybody with Meniere's disease. The doctor that I was seeing, and that's another thing with new people, you might have to see two or three doctors before you really get um, a treatment down and something that will work for you, because it's one of those diseases that not everything works for everybody. Okay. There is a pill coming out hopefully next year, Epsilon. It's in trials right now. They're having good results, but that doesn't mean it's going to work for everybody. Um, Even though there are some people begging for it to come out right this second, but um, it doesn't mean it's going to work for you, because that's the thing with Meniere's. Um, what triggers me doesn't mean it's going to trigger you. What triggers you doesn't mean it's going to trigger me. So what works for you doesn't necessarily mean it's going to work for me. But, the thing is, you're scared because, you just get diagnosed, never heard of it. Friends have never heard of it. Family's never heard of it. Some people, you know, don't believe you. Um, Even family members can be like that. And like I always say, I was extremely fortunate that I have family members that didn't do that. Um, and you have no idea where to turn, where to ask questions, and all these things. Now, sure, you can ask me questions. I have no problem. Sometimes I get back to you right away. Sometimes it might not be till the next day. So it depends what I'm doing that day or how I feel, to be honest with you. But that's what support groups are for, because there you've got thousands of people who, some have been in this disease for 10, 15, 20, 25. I think I know somebody who was diagnosed in 1964. That's 57 years ago. So you've got experience from all around where you can ask questions and get advice and all these things. It's why I do this channel, is so hopefully I can help somebody. And really, it's terrifying in the beginning. But like in my case, my wife actually was saying to me, you're on Facebook a lot. Isn't there groups or something that could help you? Because she really didn't know anything about it. And then I looked up support groups, and I found the first one I joined was Meniere's Disease Support Group. Simple. It's one of the big ones out there, over 30,000 people now. When I joined it, it was about 10,000. So it's really bumped up. But there I found a friend. I made a friend who helped me that first year, first 2 years of my journey. Um, and she's awesome. And we still talk almost every day to this day. And it's been almost 6 years. So, you got to go into support groups, ask your questions. And there's no stupid question. Um, there really isn't. Some people might think there is, because you're gonna get the people who are always negative about everything. It doesn't matter what it is. You could tell them that the sun is shining and the sky is blue, and they will say, "No, that's the moon, not the sun," um, because they're just negative people. They hate the fact that they have this disease, and they don't, they don't care about other people. So, and God only knows why they're in a support group. And I've seen it. I've seen it. I run support groups too. So, first thing for new people, support groups are great. ask your questions. Second is if you're not happy with your doctor, even though the doctor diagnosed you with Meniere's, if you're not happy with them and you don't feel comfortable, find another doctor. Okay. Excuse me. I know some of the rural areas, it's hard to find a doctor that's good. You have to drive 2 or 3 hours, maybe 6 hours to find somebody who's good. I know somebody who, if the doctor didn't have tele appointments, through Zoom or whatever they use, would have to drive 3 hours to get to their doctor. Um, so yeah, in the day and age of COVID, you can do tele appointments, which is very good. Um, but yeah, if you don't like what the treatment you're getting or the treatment plan that the doctor has for you, and instead of doing anything for you, what the doctor doesn't want to change, find another doctor. There's nothing wrong with it. I went through 5 doctors, okay, um, in the beginning since 2014. From 2014 to 2017, I went through 5 doctors. First doctor thought I was crazy, and it was an ENT. An otologist thought I was nuts. The second doctor was an ENT. Head surgeon, he was the one who actually diagnosed me, but didn't do anything. Second doctor was another otologist, third doctor, who diagnosed me and handed me a bottle of Klonopin, said low salt diet, handed me a pamphlet, and told me to enjoy the rest of my life. And I was like, holy crap. So the fourth doctor was when I really started to trust, and he wanted me to continue with the um, low salt, which yeah, I've been doing a low salt diet for years, even before Meniere's. So he was like, yeah, continue with the diet, continue with the diuretic that your primary care gave you, throw out the Klonopin. Don't take Klonopin. Have you been taking it? And I said, yeah, when I need it, not, every day. He goes, how many of those things you got left? I said, I don't know. He gave me a prescription he gave me a 90 pill prescription, and I think I might have 60 left. He's like, throw them out. I'll give you Valium. So he started me with two milligrams of Valium when I had an attack, um, which wasn't helping. It was helping, but not enough. So he upped it to 5. Um, then we tried prednisone. Oh wait, no, antiviral, because he was a researcher of Meniere's and thought, hey, you know what? There's a good chance it's a virus, so you might have to be on antiviral for the rest of your life, but maybe we can control it with it. Let's give it a shot. Okay, we went through avasiclor and then some other antiviral. Neither one of them worked. I was still getting attacks and everything else. It's not a virus, he said. Um, so we tried the prednisone. That helped. Made me angry as hell, but it helped. Um, One thing I will say about prednisone, it did get rid of my tinnitus, so I don't know if the two have something to do with each other. Um, for a while. So then we tried the steroid shot. That helped a little bit, not much. 5 gentamicin shots. Still was not having good good enough results. So the doctor himself said, "Hey, buddy, I'm sorry. I can't help you. I'm going to send you to this doctor." So I said, "Okay, is he a good doctor?" I looked him up and I went, "Ooh, actually, I know the guy he studied under from something I had 30 years ago." Okay. So I went to him, Dr. Remy Schneider, who I still see. He did a labyrinthectomy on my left ear. Everything was fine for a year and a half, and then I became bilateral, which I knew the chances of me going bilateral were pretty good. So I'm bilateral now, and I have vestibular migraines. And we're still working on treatment. Now, I have an ear tube in this ear, which does help with the fluid buildup, I will say. It's helping. Because he really doesn't want to do the decompression surgery in this ear for the fear that I would lose more hearing. And he wants to preserve it. And I understand. Doctors want to preserve health, not preserve things, not take it away from you. So the tube is working. My primary care does prescribe all my meds, so he gives me the 5 milligrams of Valium when I have an attack. Um, but that's 5 doctors I had to go through, and yeah, but the first 3 was scary. But once you find that right doctor, your anxiousness and scariness tend to wane a bit because you know you're in capable hands. Do you see what I mean? You know you're in capable hands. So that kind of wanes a little bit. So, but remember one thing, for recently diagnosed people and even the veterans, I'll call them veterans, you're not alone. You may feel like you're alone, but you're not. There are plenty of us out there that will talk to you. Even people in groups. There are people in groups that will reach out to you if you want them to. Um, so you're never alone to discuss things. It's just the one thing you got to keep in the back of your head is that we're all different. Even though we all have Meniere's disease or vestibular migraines, we're all different and we all respond differently to different treatments. So, on that note, I am going to end this video. I hope it's helpful to somebody. If you like what you see, hit subscribe. And as I say at the end of every video or sometime during a video, better days are coming. They are. They are. I feel better than I did, 3 days ago or a week ago. Last week at this time, I was in bed all day. So, yeah, I feel better. Um, and so there are better days coming. And on that note, have a great day. Have a good Monday tomorrow. And I will talk to you all soon. Take care. Bye.